I believe sweatshops is a Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I believe sweatshops is a violation of human rights. I disagree with sweatshops because workers aren't paid enough to afford basic necessities such as food, shelter, and healthcare, and they provide an unsafe environment. When workers cannot afford basic necessities, they cannot afford their own survival nor their families, thus creating an unsustainable community because they can't afford a future with an education. The workers are in an unsafe environment because they are forced to work long hours in an abuse environment, including physical abuse, emotional abuse, and even sexually harassed. In some cases, they have to handle toxic chemicals with their bare hands. And this creates huge health concerns, and to top that off, most of the workers are either women or children, so they're weaker, and that means that they are more likely to have huge health concerns, and corporations think that sweatshops are a good idea because it's a product of the global economy and so-called free trade. This meaning that they are increasing their profits by decreasing the pay that they give to their employees. I personally think that this is a selfish act. The corporations spend a lot of money on advertisements when they can easily give a little more to their employees. So, based on these reasons, I think sweatshops are a bad idea and can easily be resolved.
Hi, I'm Madge, and I'm going to talk about the Israel and Palestinian conflict that's been going on in the Middle East. So the conflict between Israel and Palestine has been going on for decades, and it has yet to be resolved, nor is there a resolution in sight. Over here you can see that little part that is Israel next to Egypt. So also you can see that this is a little spot here where the Gaza Strip is, and another spot here where the West Bank is located. Well, the Palestinians are located in that Gaza Strip and the West Bank. The issue here is that the current occupation of the Palestinian land by the Zionists have violated the human rights of the Palestinians. They have deprived the Palestinians of natural resources, such as water, and taking the majority of it for themselves. The Zionists that are granted these privileges are backed by the military. Another thing is that the Israelis use violence and destructive tactics to continue their occupation. In the past decade, around 6,800 Palestinians have been killed, and 6,750 of those were killed by Israeli soldiers. So what I find the coincidence in this is that the USA has been funding the Israeli military, enabling them to continue their violent and destructive occupation. Another thing is that 98% of those Palestinians that are killed die on their own land. So another thing is that the Gaza militants have retaliated by firing rockets at Israel. But the Israelis have killed more than 5,700 more Palestinians than Israelis in the past decade. So this conflict continues to rage on because the Israelis continue to live as occupiers while the Palestinians live under occupation. This needs to change by the government of Israel to be pressured into ending this occupation by people around the world, whether they're civilians or politicians. So when this occupation ends, this will create a way for both Palestinians and Israelis to live in equality, human rights, and in peace.
Hi, my name is Octavia, and I am a grade 10 PIB student. During elementary school, I went to a predominantly South Asian and Asian elementary school, and people often thought that I was of lower intelligence or incompetent when it came to schoolwork. That often was not the case. They usually thought this because I am a black person of Jamaican descent or just because I'm black. And this happened when I went to high school as well. People would often ask if I was an applied or academic before even considering that I was an IB. And I think that people often have a negative perception of black students and black people in general because of the stereotypes set towards us. And I think that people should take students of African American heritage for face value and not for solely because of their race or because of their skin color. Thank you.
Our school system is very flawed. It's flawed because we follow a curriculum that doesn't work for everyone. Me personally, I learn better in a more creative environment where I'm not told what to do and I don't follow a certain rubric. The school system that we have right now is based on the Industrial Revolution, which was so long ago, that it was basically made for people to work in factories, and that doesn't help us with our world today. Because our world, we don't have many factories, and the jobs that we need, the school is not teaching us. So we need more courses which are going to teach us about the jobs that we need today. We need more collaborative learning. We need ways that students can take ownership of what they do in a classroom. For projects, we need to decide how we can best present it. We need students to be more innovative and creative.